Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Starmade. Now last time, I didn't have quite all of this set up, so I'm going to kind of just fly back here and let you guys see. So I didn't do any work on the bottom. That has all stayed pretty much the same. You guys have already seen the little floating engine area that I've put on here just to kind of have a little bit of what I would call mainly just like looks. And then I have added all this. So I have added almost a complete new area. This area right here is actually going to be pretty much the living quarters for everyone. Now I am still in need of more gray hull, and I'm going to need a lot to do all the separate rooms. This is going to be mainly just rooms for people, as in like pretty much anyone who decides to stay at this station, any crew that we get over the time of day, or time on this server I should say, not time of day. I plan on expanding this downward. Down here at the bottom there will be another turret, and that turret will mainly be the same one as up there, but we'll go up and look at that in a moment. Then it will kind of be a few more levels. One will probably have the med bay and stuff like that. The one below the med bay will probably be ship repair. I may make that the very bottom level. You kind of just pull in and your ship gets repaired, then you can go dock it wherever. And then as it goes up, it'll probably get more into like, here's docking stuff and whatnot. And then as it goes up, it'll get like, here's where people stay. The next level might be factories. I'm not quite sure yet. I might put factories down toward the bottom of it. But as it goes up, there will be another medical bay every so often. But here is our main turret right now. This turret does 4,750 DPS, damage per second, which is pretty good. And seeing as how it's docked to our main home base right now, it could never be destroyed. Now, how do we get into it? I would have to come up through here, fly in here, jump in that, and pretty much just come up here to get inside of that. Now, as you can see though, there's a lot more room, which I will actually go show you in detail real quick. All I need to do is jump out of that, click this gravity block to go up. Well, I goofed. Alright, I forgot that I'd put that there, so now we're going to kind of have to jump over the side and go floating all the way back up there. Which is not so much a problem as just an inconvenience for all of us. Yep, I'm going to overshoot. Yeah, that is a slight problem. I will have to fix that at some point in time. But for right now, that is alright, because I can just kind of fly down here like this. Now this is the ship that I had found. I have not really modified anything of it yet. I do plan on making some major modifications. One of them being the fact that the core is right here, right on the very bottom of the ship. I'm going to change that for whenever I plan on making bigger ships that will use this as a turret. But right now it is only our station. It was AI controlled, but I took it over. I'll have to turn back on the AI. So this is all, you got a lot of shielding in here. There's still a lot of empty rooms, so I might do a lot of modifications, actually guaranteed I will, to end up making this to where it will do even more damage. But for right now, it does 4,700 DPS, which is fine by me. I will modify that later. I'm not worried about it right now, due to the fact that there have not really been any major wars, at least none that I was included in, so I'm not worried. There is one server war that was currently going on last time I was on here, which was about an hour ago or so. But someone had decided to declare war on another person, so that's that. I am unsure of how that will go for either person in the party. I'm not really worried about it at all, so I'll probably just leave it at that. And boom, we're back down here. So, also I did modify this little ship here. I gave it some overdrive, so now it'll go even faster. It can still stay completely cloaked and jammed, so no one can really destroy it. That ugly little ship right there is just a scanner in case people come into the sector. I can try and find out who it is. So now that I've re-entered this build mode, I mainly wanted to post this as an update to let you guys see. Over the next few days, I plan on actually getting this whole section up here done so that I can start moving people into it. As soon as I get that done, I will start accepting like faction people. And when I start accepting faction people, I'm going to modify a lot of this base to where if you're not in a certain part of the faction, you can't get somewhere. For example, like some of this docking will probably be split up a little bit, kind of give everyone their own docking. I'll have docking further down, everything like that. I'll save the whole blueprint before I let people in, and then I can put down faction modules and make sure that only certain people can get into an area. And if that requires me like docking a ship somewhere to keep someone from getting past, then I will. I'm really not worried about all that. It should be fine. I'll just make sure that people all kind of get along and everything. Well, there are still a few holes in this. As you can see, this salvager, I took it out and I ended up jumping right into a group of pirates. The pirates did do a decent amount of damage to it, but I repaired most of the damage. I missed a couple spots, but I'm not worried about it. I will be changing that. Right now, though, I want to get the base finished. I'm going to pull out this, just fly up here. Need to set our symmetry planes just by turning off the odd symmetry mode so that I can do stuff like this, because this has a 2-block center. Alright, now I believe it was this one that I needed. Yep, I need this to be set to 35, because this, it's about 70 in radius, I believe it would be. Yeah, it's about 70 blocks in radius, so doing the first layer in 35, I'll do the second layer in another 35, and that will put most of it solid together, which is very, very nice for me. It means I have to do not quite so much work, just have to make sure I place everything correctly. Now, I know the station looks rather plain and bland, but right now it's mainly an outline, so down here we'll get a big sprucing up. There will be a lot of color changes throughout it. I will do stuff like that to it to give it a nice, neat look and try and make it a little bit more of something that people wouldn't mind staying in, something that I am proud to say that I built on my own, which not all of this I am. This fighter, however, I am kind of proud of. There are other ships that I will be spawning in at some point in time that I am happy to have built. I am happy to call my own. I will have docked to this station, and the blueprint will be open to my fellow faction members. But when that happens, there will be slight amount of lockdown on it, to where only certain people can buy it. Not to be confused as like I'll be racist or anything like that, but just certain members, you will have to work your way up through everything. In other words, if you want to be able to control a lot, you need to work your way up day by day, and as you go, I will probably decide when I want people to be able to access different things. So I need to keep an eye on the number of this that I have. Alright, so I have 70, so I can go boom. Alright, no, that doesn't work. Alright, so I have 150. I do that. Now I kind of just wait for more of this. Now, after this episode, I do plan on possibly working on this some. I'm not sure yet. I might go play Dota instead, because I haven't played that in a while, and I think people may want to see some more of that. So I think I'll do that, and that will break up some of this stuff. I haven't been playing any of the... Well, now I can't remember the name of it. But I haven't been playing any RimWorld, that's the name of it. I haven't been playing any of that lately. Simply because I have either not had the real time to, or I haven't really felt like it. But with all those with that one mod pack on there, it makes it very interesting. So, I will be possibly returning to that sometime soon. But right now, as you see, I am having a hell of a lot of fun in this game, so I'm going to be finishing this rather soon, to be honest with you. And in doing so, alright, boom, boom, boom. Alright, so that stays like that. Alright, so there's still a lot of that to do, so I'm just going to let that generate over time a little bit. I'm going to walk around. I do plan on getting this blueprint done. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload some of my blueprints. Some of these my girlfriend made, some of them I made. The hardened cruiser, yeah, why not? Let's see, what else do I want? I'll go ahead and do the Odyssey and maybe one or two more. Let's see. Scavenger. I think that maybe one more if I can find it, and that will mainly be my small healing ship. Small rocket starter, small rotating chair, small shipping. Small technician, right here it is. Do I really want to bring this in? You know what? I think I will. Yeah, I'll bring that in there too. Now I just need to go to the ones that I owned. Filter by ship, ownership, own. So I have that. These. One of these. I need one of these. I'll also need one more of these for the very bottom, but I'm going to wait. Right now, I want to get these few things done. Now, honestly, some of these won't be that hard to get. Most of them won't be that hard to get. The only thing is I will need some place to dock them. In here might work. Also, as you notice, this is still empty, or at least, like, there's no wall around it. I do plan on putting a wall around it. I plan on using a rail system as well for it, so that the whole thing kind of opens up all at once, to where the bottom half of the door kind of slides down, the top half slides up, and it opens up so you can fly out from wherever. So, yeah, that's that though. So these are all going to go in here. I will bring these out later, but I wanted to show you real quick. So this is my hardened cruiser. Now, it is not the most efficient at all. By any means is it the most efficient. It will need a lot of work, but I will eventually get all that work done to it. But as you can see, it's going to take a lot of advanced armor stuff. we can go look at the Odyssey. Now, this is one of my newer ones. It's not very powerful at all. It will get some rail work done to it, or rather, a large amount of rail work done to it. But as you can see, it will require a lot of stuff too. It will require standard armor mostly, which is a good thing. Then here's my scavenger. This is something I'm going to have to work on, because as you can see right here, there are old docking modules on this ship. There are 8 altogether, which means a lot of work is going to have to be done to this ship. But in doing so, I will have fun. I will probably record most of the work that I do to it. So that'll be that. And then we have the small technician. As you can see, it's really not that large. It is very nice though. It does do a small amount of damage. It sits at 12 cannon barrels, so it literally... The only reason the cannon computer is there at all, and the cannons are there, is if someone comes in and they have a very weakened ship, and I don't really like them, or something like that. I'm willing to offer them some assistance, but I will end up killing them most likely. So, yeah, that's the way that's going to be. So, yeah. But other people I will heal. It's just a matter of who I want to and who I don't want to. So that's that. And then there's the Dusk rocket stop, push, pull, salvage beam ship that I have modified. So that is, all in all, now that I don't even have that up, it's what, 5 more dock places I will need. Now, for one of those, it will actually be a relatively large amount of dock space, so I will probably move these around. But even though I didn't get much done in this episode, I think I'm going to end up calling this here. I'll actually take these out and try and finish up the top layer of this real quick. Hopefully you all are enjoying this though. I mean, I know I'm enjoying this series a lot, because I'm finally getting back into Starmade. I am finally building a lot of ships again. And to me, this game has always been something that, with the amount of work the producer makes, or puts into this, and the amount of work the team members for this game put into it, it is a very, very nice game. Very well done game. And to be honest, I can't wait to see this game become bigger, become something that a lot more people play. But right now it's very small. But if you're enjoying this game and you want to see more of it, go ahead and look for other channels who do it maybe, or stay tuned to my channel for more episodes. Or if you want to get into it yourself, look up starmade.net, I think it is. It's either starmade.net or starmade.doc, or just Google Starmade. It is $10 on Steam. There is a free edition though. The free edition just means you haven't paid the $10 to support the dev team. I don't think it really stops you from anything. It may stop you from some servers. I'm not entirely sure. I've had the full edition for a while now, so I believe this game was going to go far, so I put $10 into it. As you can see, my $10 was something I was far too happy to put into it, and it was a good $10, if you ask me. That was a really good investment. I would make it again easily, just because this game is very, very nice. So, I mean, I don't know what more I can say about the game to make other people consider buying it. I mean, if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. That's all up to you. But a lot of these episodes, as you've seen so far, are just going to end up being me rambling on, because right now, this game, I don't have that much to fight. I'm not prepared for any war, but I do promise you guys that as soon as I have my base up and running and have better ships, there will be fights. Either between me taking down other factions, or me taking down pirate stations, or just me helping out the admins in new pirate tests, because the pirates on this are custom. I've probably mentioned that before, but I will mention it again. The pirates on this server are very custom pirates, so they are a lot harder to kill and deal with, which, if you ask me, that is a very neat idea, and more servers could possibly do that, but they don't. That is their option, though. It's like their choice, whatever. Not really that worried about it. So, I've almost got this roof done. I'll probably drop this down, come over here, get some more of these. I'm going to finish this roof, and then I'll call this episode after that. And hopefully you guys are all enjoying this, though. I know I'm rambling on, saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, but I'm not worried about it. So, as I've said, though, they're talking to someone about a verdict on whether or not they can bring their mining ship in. So, I'm going to, honestly, when the fights start and I start going to war with other factions, I will probably make friends with some factions, make enemy with others. And to be honest, the way I'll probably do that is I will take a small ship out, see who tries to attack me, who doesn't. Those who don't will be left alone peacefully, maybe even, like, given a friendship. Those who do try and attack me, the ship will then, I will cloak it and put on my radar jammer, and I will get out of there. And then I will come back a few minutes later with my biggest ship I have at the time, and I will just go destroy it. I will go destroy everything that I can in their solar system, simply to force them to move. I will also probably expand the faction by claiming other solar systems, possibly forcing some people to move, possibly not forcing some people to move. That just depends on where I try and claim it. I may try I might, when I recruit people, give them all their own section, tell them they can go do whatever, but I will make sure that no one else can set like a home base. It'll just be me, so that the home base never changes. After that, it'll mainly be let people go on their own, do their own thing, but try and keep the faction out of trouble, so the admins don't come over and delete the faction. Try and keep the faction cleaned up a little bit at least. I would let this person join my faction. I would probably let them join the faction, but the faction isn't ready. So, yeah. I also, if my faction doesn't grow, I may join another faction in which I can, like, claim the star system for the faction or something. And like I said, if the faction doesn't grow, I will join another faction. I'm sorry for that moment of silence there. But, as I was saying, I would join another faction, get this as one of the faction bases, and probably set it up heavily on weapons and defense, so that it would be very hard for other people to take this down. I actually may call it here. I'll finish this roof on my own time before I go record Dota. Hopefully you have all enjoyed this. I know I'm enjoying it. Even these long, boring parts. I'll try and make less of these where I'm just talking and building the station. I'll try and get to where I'm ready to build a ship or ready to spawn a ship in and go do some destruction with it. I will wait for that, or I will wait till something interesting happens. But until then, I will see all of you guys in my next video, no matter what it is. But until then, see ya.